All right, this is a quick tutorial on how to find reports as well as how to understand those reports. Of course, when you log in, you've got this general dashboard here that'll give you the 30,000 foot view. You've got Accelerator, your client number, how many accounts you've turned over to Accelerator, how much money you've turned over, how much is resolved. Now notice that resolved isn't necessarily recovered. That is to say, recovered is how much money you brought in. Resolved could be all sorts of other things. It's been canceled, it's been suspended, they were bankrupt, all sorts of different issues there. Then you've got a recovery rate. Then you've got the average age of accounts you've turned over. So you got that for Accelerated Profit Recovery and Collections. You can go down here and look at these charts to learn more about ROI and cost and net back, things like that. Let me go a little bit more granular with you. If you would, click on one of your tools, whichever one you want to report on. What you're going to do is you're going to go down here to Reports. Click on that. And you've got a couple of different choices here. Of course, you can view these or print these one way or the other. You can do an activity report. First, let me cover the enhanced performance report. You can do it by date range if you want to. I'm just going to do it for the entire lifetime of this particular account. And again, this is maybe a 10,000 foot view. It's still general, but it goes into this particular Accelerator tool. So this is Accelerator for this client number. And we see last time that you renewed with us, how many accounts were turned over. 100 in this case, paid about $13.25 for those accounts. They assigned 100 at this time. Average balance, you see here, 267. Average age of accounts based on months is 3 months old, so 90 days old here. Okay, bit old for me, but that's when they've gotten turned over. So you got total dollars assigned. So 26.7 was turned over. Okay, you got mail skips there. That is, we want to minus those out because those affect recovery rates. So mail skips are for anybody that we couldn't find with just basic address forwarding technology. Then you got less accounts still active, which is 6,300. That is to say they're still active, meaning that at the time of this report, some of those accounts you've turned over are still maybe on their second or third or fourth demand. So there's no real sense in putting it in this report because we're really just looking for recovery rates and costs and things like that. So net dollars, so you got total dollars and you got net dollars assigned is 20,000 here, 400. Total performance, just looking at the big numbers, right at $6,800. Okay, so dividing those two into each other, you're getting about a 33%. 33% of the money. So this is percentage recovery rate on net dollars. Okay, another big number is percentage of accounts responding. So 1 out of 3 people are responding, and about 1 out of 3 people have actually paid. Now let's go into some of these details here. Where is all that money? So let's look at total performance. Out of that $6,800, paid in full, cash in hand is $3,097. All right. Another cash payment, so partial payments, is another $750. Those two columns, that's cash money coming in. All right. Then suspended here could mean one of two things. It either means that someone on your staff heard a great sob story, and so they just press pause. That is to say, there's no reason for that person to get another reminder collection notice because they got in a car wreck, they lost their job. So we're going to give them 30 days, 60 days, something like that before we turn them back on. So that's what a suspend is. But a lot of times suspend and partial pay actually go together. That is to say, that means that some of these people have paid, let's say, $30 on a $100 bill, and so there's $70 that they've promised to pay you. It just hasn't come in yet. So the $30 is here, and the $70 is here. So really, suspended and partial pay generally go together, which means you've gotten $750 in cash, but there's another $1,400 that'll be coming soon. Lastly, you've got canceled. Canceled means fully resolved for a few different reasons. This could be a bankruptcy, or this could be, again, someone on your staff just stopped the account cold. They told Transworld, do not do anything else. We're writing this off because we made a mistake. We're writing this off because, but just because you're writing it off, it's just charity work, charity care, whatever you want to call it there. So either way, total money resolved was $6,800. Total cash in at this reporting is right at about $4,000, and then you got about another $1,000 that's coming in later. So is this how you understand this? Let me keep going down a little bit more. You got collection cost is right at 19%. So what we're doing here is we're taking this $13 here. Okay, so it's what you've actually paid versus what you've actually gotten, and we divide those into each other so that if you were going to try to make this into a percentage, it would be 19%. All right, ROI here is 500%. That means that for every dollar you've given us, we've returned 5. So it's 5-to-1 ROI. Pretty good deal, I would say. We'll give you $5. You give us $1. I'd make that deal all day long. Let me show you a couple of these other reports. And again, you can do this in any of these. Okay, Accelerator, you go back down to reports. Let me show you a different report that I think you'd like, and then I'll end this section and let you play around with some of these other ones. Let me just show you around. We're going to go into activity report here in a moment. Let me show you some of these other ones. You got an error log if you upload in mass. You've got call series. You've got status reports, which is a little bit like what we just showed you. It's just doing it more by date range. You've got an address changer report. So what this does is if you've given us 100 addresses and 10 of them were bad, and we realize that 8 of them actually need to be sent to this other address, you click on this and it's going to give you their newest, best address so that you can change your own system for your own statements or whatever. You got transfer reports here. Let me show you one more report. Let me go into activity, and I'm just going to click on all here and generate report. These are basically the details on those 100 accounts. Okay, so what you can see here is you can see their names. You can see when you uploaded them, the average age here, the amount due, the current balance, what happened with them, right? So these are active. It means they're still in process. You can even click on that if you want to and see what's going on with this particular account. Let's see here. This should be coming up. So it just shows that it was uploaded on 9/28/11 at this particular time. We did the bankruptcy screening, the address screening. Actually went out the next day at noon. You can actually hit on this right here for the contact, and so if we made a phone call of some kind, it'll actually tell you how long they listened to the message. For some reason in the demo here, it's not showing it, but in your live screen it would. So you can see what's happening here. You got a bunch of completed services. Completed service means that they got their 5 reminders, their 5 collection demands, and they ignored them entirely. These are active, and it shows you that they're on their 4th demand. These are the ones who did the partial payments. These are the ones who did paid in full. These are the cancels and bankruptcy. So see, you can click on this and figure out what happened here. Was it a bankruptcy? What happened, right? So here TSI showed you that it was a bankruptcy. Okay, so it was bankrupt in that particular case. So you can just see what's going on here. And those are generally the reporting features. Again, the ones you may be most interested in are really just here on the main page, which is a quick glance at your ROI. It really is that simple. Thanks for using us.